when I started it, the TV came on air finally. I don't want to go deep into how it started. But when it came on air, I was having challenges. I needed to pay for the services. If not, they would disconnect the television. So I needed money. I couldn't get the money. Because we were paying in dollars every month. Not paying in dollars. I couldn't get the money. So they put the TV off.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chido and this is Chido's Startup. If this is your first time joining us, please make sure to click the subscribe button at the bottom of this page. And for joining us again, welcome back. I'm so excited to share this interview with you. I'm currently in Accra, Ghana, and I'm meeting a new friend, a good friend, Prince Siita Sofo Hissan.
Yes, Chido.
Welcome to my channel.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's so good to see you. He actually allowed us to do the interview in his family home, so you can see it's going to be quite a comfortable and good interview today. So Prince does a lot of things. He is a serial entrepreneur. He is an award-winning entrepreneur. You can see the multiple awards that we have here. But I'm going to let him tell us more about what he does. So please take it away, introduce yourself, and let us know what you've worked on and what you're currently working on.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity, and good to have you here. Welcome to Ghana.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy your stay here.
I am.
Yes, okay. So as you rightly said, my name is Prince Siita Sofo Hissan. I'm a businessman, a serial entrepreneur. Actually, I started as a banker. I was working with the United Bank for Africa, and then later EcoBank, Ghana Limited. And later I founded a couple of organizations, but it seems the most remarkable one people know about is the one in the media space. Because I was having a consultancy firm, the Investor Consult, where I was doing career development training for the youth. And then I started the TV station in northern Ghana called North TV. Because as at that time, there was no TV station that was telling the story of the northern people. And if you know Ghana very well, northern part of Ghana is like the less developed area. So I saw that the tool for development and dissemination of information to our people is through the media. So I founded the biggest media house currently, which by 2019 it became among the best among the top 5 leading TV stations in Ghana, according to Geopol reports. And Geopol normally do report for sub-Saharan Africa. Every country, top 10 most watched TV stations. Yes, we are among the top 10, even not top 10, some of the categories, our TV station was leading in Ghana, yes. So that's how far we went in the media space, leading me to be one of the youngest recipients of the youngest entrepreneur in the media in Ghana, 2 consecutive times. So basically, the journey has not been easy. You know, growing up as a young entrepreneur in this part of the world is not an easy thing. You have to work. You have to be the manager, the cleaner, the everything. You know, if you don't have people who can also execute what you are doing, it's very difficult. And then, you know, the African system that we have, or the Ghanaian system that we have, they don't have a policy that supports youth in entrepreneurship. So when you start, it has to be you and your family, or you and your God. You see, so I started a lot of things and I failed. But for me, my entrepreneurship journey dates back to my young age when I was in the primary school, where I used to send mangoes to school. My parents, fortunately, they were having a shop. So I used to take some of the graphics, nice pictures with footballers, and I'll send it to my colleagues, try to convince them to buy, to make extra money. And I was actually doing it for fun. By God's grace, my parents were very serious with our education and stuff. And then I just loved to do business and make extra money. So from primary school to junior high school to senior high school, even to the polytechnic, the university level, I've always been an entrepreneur. I always want to find something doing, trying to bring in new ideas, ask so many questions. I've written 2 books to that effect. which is all aimed at youth development. The first one is set your goals and reach the top.
Okay.
Now the second one that I wrote is who wants to be rich? That's the question. It's the question. So this book is for those who wants to be rich.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be rich, then you don't read it. But if you want to be rich, you have to be among the people. Exactly. So I'm sure you get a copy before you leave here for South Africa. Yes. So, and unfortunately, it's afforded by Prince Kofi Amobin. For those who are in Ghana, they know him very well. He founded one of the indigenous banks in the country. He was one of the most successful entrepreneurs that we have.
Wow.
Yes. So basically, this is me. I'm a young guy, still struggling to make it up in life,
But pushing through.
Yes, pushing through, yes. In fact, you need to push through because there's a saying that if you don't stop, you win. So if you keep pushing something and nothing is coming out, I'll tell you that you continue at pushing till you get results.
Yeah.
Because things are not easy. And what is happening to most of our African youth is that we've lost trust in our leaders. As I said, they don't have a system that the youth can grow into and be successful entrepreneurial. So the governments are always the leading employers. The youth, we have over 400 million youth in Africa, very energetic, yet still no jobs.
Yeah.
No job. So, and our governments are not good at creating a lot of jobs for our people. Everybody is dependent on the various governments.
So yeah, they need our help as entrepreneurs to
Yes.
start businesses, to create work for people, and to get them busy. One of the things that you spoke about is that you created a platform in North Ghana. For context, Accra is on the southern part of Ghana, and that's kind of where we are.
Yes.
So I wanted to find out from you, how do you think we can best support youth or young people in remote places or places that aren't as developed and don't get as many resources to kind of build up and then be able to create things that are nationally used?
For me, I believe in sustainable projects.
Okay.
And talking about sustainable projects, I don't believe in, for example, when people say that we should bring money and go and support young people, you only go and give them money and they finish spending their money, or you donate relief items to them and they spend it, and that is all.
Yeah.
Every now and then
again.
they come back again, cup in hand, So what I always believe in is that we need to mobilize the youth together. When we mobilize the youth together, we can now identify the various needs and at which stages they need them, and be able to support them, and provide for them, and then help them to achieve their aims. But if the youth, we are scattered around. Some people need education, they need training, they don't need money. Because there are some people, they said a fool and his money are so party.
That's very true.
Is a fool and his money are so party.
Yeah.
So if you give, I had two of my mentors, one is Ziegler in business mentors, the other one is Jim Rohn. And then they used to argue on this. So the question is that, should we give, Jim Rohn will say the people need education. Ziegler will say they don't need education, but they need motivation. So now the question is that whether the youth need education or whether they need motivation.
What do you think the youth of Africa particularly need? Or maybe let's say Ghana.
I believe, I always go with Jim Rohn anytime. I think we need education. And education will motivate us. Real education, because I think our educational curriculum is totally different from what I'm saying. Because that one is just teaching you to become a job seeker, to finish school, to write a very nice CV, go for interview, wear coat and tie, and somebody will employ you. Take instructions, keep going, go for further studies, ask for promotion, and then keep working for someone till you die, and then stuff, You see, that is how our current educational system is set up.
Yeah.
They don't teach you to be very creative, to try your own ideas, you know. So I am saying that most of the youth, we need education, and we cannot just scatter it. You have to organize so that it can be measured. So I believe that the youth should be mobilized, brought together, the youth across the whole of Africa. We have Ghana and Africa together, and then their special needs identified. And be addressed one by one, exactly. So where funding is needed, they give them funding. Where training is needed, and when we mobilize them together, it becomes a whole market on its own, where we can easily network. For example, if there are some youth in Northern Ghana who are doing shea butter, they want to export it. They want to. Some have decided to turn into cosmetics, pomade for you to use and stuff. So now they need markets, access to markets. They produce it. So we need to link them up with other entrepreneurs who might be in Zimbabwe, South Africa, who are ready to take it and to sell it in those markets, and then we grow. So for me, dealing with the youth across Africa, I believe that everybody's needs is different from the varies. You need to identify. But that is what governments in Africa, including the African, have not been able to do over the years. They've not been able to identify the specific need of the youth across Africa and to address it. So the problems keep on compounding from time to time. Now, we are looking at AfCFTA, African Free Continental Trade.
Before we get there, because I want us to speak about AfYEF.
AfYEF, okay, that's fine.
But before we get there, I wanted to just maybe get into kind of the real stuff about entrepreneurship. For you, maybe if you can share with us 2 really low moments that you've had during your entrepreneurship journey, or 2 challenges that you felt maybe, really needed you to find extra strength from you and your God to overcome them. So give us 2, then let me speak about AfYEF.
Okay, 2. You see, the issue is that I would say 2. I had 2 problems from my team, and then find them. Let me just make it that way. You see, when I did a TV, that's why people like formal jobs. When you have formal job, you only plan this amount they are paying you. You can even go for things on credit, and then at the end of the month, you take your salary and go. So you don't normally have much challenges there anyway. But you see, the higher the challenges, the higher the opportunities.
High risk, high reward.
And the higher the risk, the higher the reward. And then, so you cannot be an entrepreneur without taking risks.
For sure.
And certainly, we believe that you have to take calculated risk. So now, when I did a TV in Northern Ghana, yes, I had a lot of people didn't believe. Say, oh, you're a young boy, you don't know you are rich. You are not rich, so you cannot do it. Because the perception is that if you don't have a lot of money, you cannot go into the media. So I then decided that yes, I didn't have enough money to actually go into the media, so you have to think outside the box. So I started, and then when I started it, the TV came on air finally. I don't want to go deep into how it started, but when it came on air, I was having challenges. I needed to pay for the services, if not they would disconnect the television. So I needed money. I couldn't get the money. Because we were paying in dollars every month, not paying in dollars. I couldn't get the money, so they put the TV off. And it was getting to our festive season. The Northerners, most of them are Muslims. When they face it, they want to watch people pray and that kind of thing. So it was a huge burden on me. So one day I was there, somebody called me, one of the viewers, and said, "Oh, I'm calling you from Wali. Wali, you don't know Wali. Wali is also in Northern Ghana. That's where the current vice president is from." And then said, "Since your TV station went off, I've not been able to, I've been sick." Because the TV came like hope for the people of Northern Ghana.
Yes,
So there's
something representing.
Exactly, representing us, telling our story, telling the Northern story for so long, giving Northern youth opportunity to express their talent.
So people got attached to it.
They got attached to it. Somebody once told me that if you want to fight with my mom, go and switch
off that TV.
the TV or go and change the channel from it.
Yeah.
Because, and then you will see the other side. You know, so people are attached. So I was down myself thinking about how to get money to put it back on there. And somebody to call me to tell me that he's also not feeling well since the TV went off. So I was down. But I prayed, I couldn't sleep, got up, wrote letters, fortunately sent letters to Netherlands and other places. And then at the end of the day, the people called me, explained the situation to them. They said, my brother will put your TV back on there, you are ready to pay us. Yes, very, very, in fact, you know, it's only God. Sometimes that's why you do your part and God will also do his part.
Exactly.
And then, for the other part, and then, because the challenges in the TV, and you know TV is not like, for example, you have a shop, and then the shop, you don't have money again, and then you just close it, you know. It's like everybody will see that the thing is off.
Yeah.
You cannot hide it. You know. And it's actually disheartening when you see that you are doing something for your people, and there's nobody that can say that this is a young guy that is growing up, and we want to support him to push this into the next level. Nobody. So you just know that sometimes it's just you and your God. So, and then, you know, the challenges, there are actually very many. Just that sometimes I got disappointed when you employ the youth and have so much trust in them, and you tell them that this is a business. Told them, me, I'm working in a bank already. I want people to take the TV station as your own and be able to run it, to grow it up. Even if it comes to a point that where you don't even give me any money, I don't care. Let the TV be existing, let it operate, create jobs, people should share the profit and stuff. My dear, they also went and they were spending the money.
Not
Deep
using it for
down into debt. Everybody taking money there, so much fun and stuff. Putting us deep down debt.
And you know, that's a major problem everywhere. I think sometimes people don't really understand your vision as much. So when you give it to them and entrust it to them, they then don't respect it the way it should be. And I guess that's a startup idea for anyone who's watching. If you're able to help young entrepreneurs, you know, secure the intellectual property, you know, understand how the money is being used with employees and contractors that come, like, you'd really be helping a lot of young business people and entrepreneurs with that. So cool, AfYEF. Tell us about AfYEF.
After Young Entrepreneurs Federation, we started working on it when we saw that the African Free Continental Treaty was coming on. And then our presidents were going to sign the agreement so that it will start by 1st of January 2021. We believe that, as I was saying, sometimes our leaders, they have good policies, but implementation becomes a problem.
Becomes a
challenge. For so many years, a lot of African governments, AU, have been trying to solve the issue of youth unemployment. Ask yourself, it's increasing day by day. So now, we are saying that African Free Continental Trade Area is bringing a lot of opportunity to the African youth. The question, will they get it? We have always been at the receiving end. So we don't want to be at the receiving end. We said, now let's also take part, let's partake.
Take ownership,
Yes, in the burden of after. So at least when the reward comes, we also take our share. That is what AfYEF is all about. The After Young Entrepreneurs Federation, we are mobilizing African youth across Africa, setting up national executive committees, like national, every country will have their reps, bringing them together, networking them for trade, because we believe that the political emancipation is not enough for the youth. We also need economic emancipation. Yes. And if you talk about it, that's why the IMF came with their report and said that by 2035, if the African Free Continental Trade is well implemented, about 30 million youth are going to be taken out of abject poverty. 30 million. So now, since we are talking about 30 million, it's going to be youth and women. So we don't want it to be like another, we want to be part in it. We want to also help mobilize the youth, sensitize them, give them the needed resources they need through our concerted efforts, work with relevant agencies and departments and government and other bodies to ensure that the youth are well prepared for the African free continental trade and they are well resourced, networked, so they can also do the business and then benefit from it. Yes.
That's amazing. I mean, I'm quite excited. I hear that there's a chapter in South Africa already.
Yes, sure.
So I'm quite excited to join that. Which other countries are the chapters of AfYEF?
Okay, good. At the moment, we have Cameroon, we have Zambia, we have Gambia. Yes, we've already mentioned South Africa. So Nigeria, Ghana. We also have China.
Oh wow!
Yes, the African youth that are in China,
very
from different countries, they've come together to form AfYEF China.
Oh,
yes. So we also have others, but they are not very active. But we have some members in Cote d'Ivoire, in Niger, Senegal, Sierra Leone, like the Burkina Faso, Mali. Recently, we just sent 4 delegations to attend a Pan-African event in Bamako, Mali. Yes, so we have members in all these countries, including Namibia. So we intend to meet a lot of other youth from other African countries. Yes.
No, that sounds fantastic. And again, if anyone is looking to start building the African network, if anyone is looking to get involved in the African Continental Free Trade Agreement as a young entrepreneur, as a young person, like this is a very important time on the continent's history. This is something that's going to connect everyone, connect all our markets, enable trade, enable opportunities to be accessible to you. So I'd really take this seriously, the opportunity to join AfYEF. But otherwise, I'd love to thank you so much for speaking to me. This is an amazing, amazing interview. Do you have any last words for the people on my channel?
Okay, they should keep watching your channel. I had an opportunity to watch some of your interviews, very impressive. And then we are the youth, we need to support each other to grow. So I will entreat them to continue watching you, and they should try and benefit from the knowledge that most of your resource people keep sharing, because that's the benefit of it, and they should implement it, and then they can support in any other way. Entrepreneurship for me is the way to go for the African youth. Speaking to a lot of African youth, I've seen that they've lost hope, but nobody should lose hope. Let's do what we can do and leave the rest to God. Thank you very much.
Exactly. Yeah, this is our home, so let's do everything that we can do. But thank you so much for watching my channel. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this video, to this channel, and to continue watching. Thank you, everyone. Have a